there's been some issues between Maresca and the board. And what Maresca was basically saying was how he felt like the board didn't back him enough publicly. So you guys thought you were buying a Louis belt, but it was a Louis belt from Lewisham Market, bro. It was not a real Louis belt.
You got to toe the party line between light and dark to play for United. My midfielders need scandal. They need to be involved in bad. That's lazy.
Slap that and climb against humanity, man.
Lazy kick, bro.
Right, the Couchside Coaches are back. It's been a very busy week of football, but we've got a lot to get into at the end as well. We've got AFCON coming up, so we're going to do a little tier list challenge. But before we get into that, I want to talk about our respective clubs once again. Kevin, United had a very, very interesting game. 4-4. Basketball scoreline.
I feel like the game for, like, if you're neutral, was a beautiful watch. Like, even I enjoyed the game, yeah. But when I say that game actually embodies everything that's wrong with the club, but right at the same time. Like, I remember it's taking us places, yeah. But I don't know if it's a good place. I just know it's better than where we were. Do you get it? So
sure about that?
It's like, for example, it's like we're in the Titanic. Now we're in a multi-car pileup. Do you get what I'm saying? So do you get what I'm saying? Like, you can survive the multi-car pileup more than you can survive the Titanic. You know what I'm saying? But all jokes aside, let me be objective. Yeah, the game was actually a very good watch. Like, we were playing exciting football from an attacking point of view. So exciting. Fast interchange of play. We were just overloading them. There was a point in time that Bournemouth couldn't get out of their box, basically. Mason Mount, man, he is quickly becoming one of my favourite players in that club. Do you get it?
Back and forth,
But,
money.
and this is my problem, but United never let you enjoy anything, yeah? That midfield, that pivot is absolutely shocking. Like, when they started getting into the game, they played through us like no man's business. And our defense, Luke Shaw needs to count his days, bro. This guy, the thing is that Luke Shaw is hefty, innit? And people like to make fat phobic jokes against him, yeah. But at least you shouldn't be getting bodied. Man said one guy just pushed him to the side. I didn't see Luke Shaw in the camera frame. Next thing you know, Semenyo was running towards my keeper and just bottom corner in from there. Bro, the way Luke Shaw got body, you know that sound on TikTok where that move, man? Do you get it? Body, bro. I said, what is going on? Like, how you get a body like that? And then when the game continued to progress as well, who else annoyed me?
I can't lie, Euro wasn't really that good.
Sorry, say again?
Your whole defense, that Euro, Heaven, Martinez, as you just said.
Martinez caught ball watching for one of their goals. Then when they gave away the free kick, huh?
Was that when Krupi scored? Martinez?
Krupi, yeah. Bro, go through him, fam. How badly do you want this goal? Is your career worth this goal? That's the fear I need my defenders to impart into these strikers. Man just watched him and he just, oh man, like, what do you man think? Because I can go on for life.
Karis, what do you think?
No, it was shocking. Like, Luke Shaw, remember the start of the season when he was all like, oh, what's United's aims in that? Oh, a reporter asked him that. And they were saying like, oh, you know, we're Man United, our aim is to win the title. So I was thinking, okay, obviously we all know that's not going to happen. But it's like, since you're talking this hard, act like a leader in the dressing room. Like, and also act like a leader on the football pitch as well. Now, I don't know what happens in the dressing room and how he is, obviously, but he's gone through so many different managers, like, you know, Mourinho, he's gone through Van Gaal, I believe. He's gone through the whole lot, basically. But on the pitch, sometimes, like, he's just too inconsistent. And it's just a convo that we've been having for ages that, oh, if Shaw's at his best, you know, he can do this. If Shaw's at his best, he's England's best left back, which has been such a long, long time. And thank goodness we're not going to see that again. With all respect, because England now have some decent left backs coming through. Then what else? Heaven and Euro weren't the best, but if I'm going to cut them some slack, they're young players and they really shouldn't be in that position in the first place. The player that you probably look to is Martinez. Like, why was he not closing down Krupi quickly enough and making a smaller gap in defence? Like, I know it's easy for us sitting at the chair to say, like, you should have done this or should have done that, but he's either sleeping or he's too rash. That's the issue of Martinez for me at times.
So sorry. Just before Denzel touches it, I think another thing is that he, in his defense, though, it's because he's not match fit, and that's why I think Amram comes in. So Amram's man management is so poor. Like this week, he made statements about Chiba Obi, and he made statements about Amas, which Sheffield Wednesday and Collier and Sheffield Wednesday of all clubs, where Amas is currently on loan. They then posted that my man won Player of the Month. So his statements don't match up. And likewise, if you look at that goal, although Martinez is at fault at the end of the day, where was the midfield coverage? It was one pass, Bournemouth just kept playing through that midfield, and it just kept working over and over and over again. Do you get what I mean?
What was your midfield?
It was Casemiro and Bruno.
It was Casemiro and Bruno. Yeah. Then Casemiro got a yellow card, and Mainoo came on. And to be honest, is like the only midfield that comes out with credit is Bruno. Even though Casemiro scored, like I don't think he had a bad game, but it's because of United's structure. You're never going to really have a good game in that midfield. That's the way I see it at this point.
And the sad thing that there's an asterisk to that, because Bruno definitely played amazing, but everything Bruno did, he did as a number 10. And that is the problem. This guy is one of, if not the best number 10 in the Prem.
The best right now.
Yeah.
And we're playing him centre mid. Do you see my problem?
But this is the thing, yeah. Look, with United, the way that you guys have so many problems, but again, like you said, that Bruno is your best player, so you have to shoehorn him into the team at centre mid, and then you bought 2 number 10s in Cunha, and then like you had Mount that came 2 seasons ago. He got injured, so that made you buy another number 10 again. Then you got Mbemo, so you've got 4 number 10s. So one of them is now coming into form in Mason Mount. Cool. But now you've got Cunha and Mbemo, who you have to decide either one of them goes forward and plays as a false 9 sort of thing, or you drop one of your 60+ million signings. So the recruitment strategy is all over the shop. Because we all know Bruno Fernandes is better than number 10. That's where he thrives. So having him play alongside Casemiro, that they don't have that dynamic. It doesn't work. Like you said, that the midfield is just is gaping open.
Massive.
But then again, I want to touch on Kobbie Mainoo's situation as well, because I just think that even from the comments from Amram talking about the academy players, that I think it's crass for a manager to make this sort of comments. Like, you should never, ever in any situation be trying to throw young players under the bus, especially where, you know, Man United right now, let's be honest, is in a transitionary period where you've been rebuilding since Ferguson left. Let's just call it what it is. Like, you haven't got that rebuild right. You're still in that phase now. Yeah, you've had a couple trophies along the way, but you're not a stable club by any means at all. So the situation with Kobbie Mainoo is interesting because he's basically like the gem of Carrington, sort of. Other than like Rashford, who, you know, made it the breakout, Mainoo is sort of on that level where he could be another key player, but he's not getting that consistency in minutes. And then you've got his brother who's wearing the shirt in the crowd and doing all those theatrics and whatever. But
this Love Island.
You being a United fan, Kevin, what do you want to see happen with this Mainoo situation? Is it a thing where you want him to try and stay, or are you honest enough to say, you know what, like the best thing's probably for him to leave?
If you ask me as a United fan, I would want Kobbie to stay because obviously I think he's best for my club's future. But if you ask me to think about it from a footballing fan point of view, for the bigger picture, he should leave. And the issue why I say he should leave is because this is the weakest United midfield I can remember. And the manager is, while ego-wise or tactically thinks you're not part of that plan, right? So he's kind of in a crappy situation where he doesn't want to be proved wrong or right. He's kind of like put himself in a weird situation. I think I mentioned it last episode, isn't it? So I think that Mainoo will probably end up leaving on a loan, and what will probably happen is he'll probably outlive Amram, and Amram will probably be sacked, and he can come back and potentially take back his position. But at the end of the day, as long as Amram stays, we're not going to get Mainoo back in that midfield. And the sad thing is that I think Mainoo changed the game. I really do think he changed the game, because what Amram doesn't seem to understand, and I'm not saying I know football better than Amram, is when you have the ball, you cannot possibly be attacked. It is impossible for you to be attacked when you have the ball. What is Mainoo good at?
Having the ball.
Thank
Perfectly
you.
said.
Mainoo keeps the ball. That's the problem. Bruno is far too reckless with that ball. Like, when it works, it works. And next thing you know, we're calling him, giving him Ballon d'Or shouts. Mainoo keeps the ball. And because he keeps the ball, Bournemouth are not gonna play through you. They can't attack you, and it's not the most exciting to watch because it's simple football. But the guys on the pitch, they start moving around. Cunha was amazing, and he enjoyed playing with Mainoo. I could tell he enjoyed playing with Mainoo because them small intricate passes in those small spaces. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna touch on Mbeumo before we move out. But that guy was, oh my god.
At least 5 games in a row now, he's not been good. Remember
What's
you
your-
said that Saka can't walk his path? Where are you now?
To clarify my statement on Mbeumo,
There's no re-clarifying that.
he's not better than Saka, but there's a certain grit you need to walk the United path, and Saka hasn't got that.
Saka
gotta
was a
toe
left
the-
back.
You got to toe the party line between light and dark to play for United. Saka is not got that hunger, not got that. You know what I mean? Like, Saka needs comfortable life. You get? That's what I think.
Just because you saw him get engaged, that's the reason why.
Nah, bro. Like my midfielders need scandal. They need to be involved in bad. They need to be a bit reckless in the head in order to walk this path.
Bam has never had any scandals, bro. His only scandal is that he's bald when he can grow his hair.
Don't worry about Mbeumo, bro. It's the quiet ones you watch. That's what I'm saying. But he played crap yesterday. Like, he played absolutely a box. Like, he couldn't string passes together. He was shooting recklessly. Cunha gave him a beautiful over-the-head pass here.
Cross.
Just squandered it, bro. If I say what I said when I watched the game, we'll be finished. Let's just say that.
Oh man. Anyway, now I want to move on to Arsenal because again, you know, this was an opportunity for you guys to push ahead in the title race, but unfortunately, you dropped points again. So now the gap is narrowing. I think at the time of recording.
Wait, hang on. We didn't drop
16.
points. It felt like it, but we didn't.
You drew.
Against
Nah, they
Wolves.
got a late thing.
Yeah, you drew against Wolves. You dropped points.
We won.
They won late thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Gabriel Jesus for the last. Yeah. It was an own goal,
You
my
clearly
bad.
switched
Yeah.
the TV too early.
No.
Then she went to bed.
I'm like, yes.
Celebrating in the hate watch. But yeah, so you guys won, but it was a weird performance, I say, because
Yeah.
it just, in my opinion, it just shows how poor the state of the league is right now, because the supposed best team in the country that's leading the title charge, you had to beat Wolves, who's the worst team in the English top flight football right now. They've not won a single game. You beat them by 2 own goals. So for this team that's meant to be great in open play and set piece dominant, whatever, relying on 2 own goals to beat the worst team again in English top flight football, that is poor. But you're an Arsenal fan, so I want to hear your side.
Yeah. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was a really, really poor game from us. And firstly, I have to give credit to Wolves in terms of the previous game they played against United, and it felt like when you're watching that game, they were just making elementary mistakes all over the park. So whether it was United, whether it was Southampton, the division below, I firmly believe that game, any team across not just the Premier League, but maybe even the division below would have punished those mistakes they made against United. So it feels like the game after they sort of patched it up a bit, like, you know, they're 2 banks of 4 or however many they play. And it just felt like they were very, very disciplined. And you want to get those teams that come to you, and it's your opportunity to be like, okay, let's show what we're about and let's break these lot down. Like, they knew they were going to park the bus and then, you know, counter us with Hwang and Strand Larsen. He didn't really do anything, Strand Larsen, but Hwang had a few chances to run at us, but unfortunately hasn't got the legs for him. Yeah, and just in terms of the game, we actually did get the ball in attack quite a few times. If we didn't, then I would be super, super worried. Like, we got the ball, we were advancing it, but when you get to the edge of the box, If it hit either Gyökeres or Martinelli's feet, it was over. Collapsed. Finished.
I want to pause there. I want to pause there, Karis, because you mentioned someone that's very important in this.
I mentioned two, but we'll start with one of them.
When you signed Gyökeres, what did I tell you?
You were just hating, to be fair.
I told you that this guy is not who you think he is. Because he was there banging goals in the flipping Paella League, you thought he was going to come to England and do his thing. And I told you, Gyökeres is not good. He's not good at all. He's your fourth choice striker when everyone's fit. I said that and you thought I was trolling. Now you've seen it for yourself. He's just a flat track bully. He doesn't finish. He's just big for no reason, bro. And I told you he's not good. I told you that when Havertz and Gabriel Jesus is fit and Marino is fit, Gyökeres is not touching that pitch, bro. He's a battering ram that doesn't even break down doors. Now you see it, bro.
I can't lie. Amorim should have saved us in the summer. Low key.
You guys bought the wrong strikers. Gyökeres should have gone to
I wanted Ekitike. You can go through my tweets. I wanted Ekitike personally, but I didn't mind Gyökeres. You know what I'm saying? When you see,
don't say them my Gyökeres, bro.
Nah,
your head was
nah. We're not doing.
When you heard,
he was excited.
Have you got proof?
This guy was walking around like this, doing his little mask.
Yeah,
now look. That mask is now smelling. The mask hasn't come up for so long. The mask is now smelling, bro. This is poor.
The thing is, though, no, put yourself in my shoes, yeah? If your club bought a striker that scored 97 goals across the last 2 seasons, even if it was in that Paella League, as you're calling it, Paella is from Spain, by the way, not Portugal, but that's another story. Bacalhau, let's put that instead. If you got a striker from that league that got that many goals, of course you would be gassed. I was very gassed. And I was like, okay. No, because deep it, yeah, I was thinking, when he comes to the Prem, he's not going to hit like 30 goals a season or 25. He's not Erling Haaland. You get what I'm saying? But I thought, okay, minimum 20 you have to hit. That is the target. If you don't hit minimum 20, then something is wrong.
It's like conversion rate, bro. You can't be a millionaire in Naira and think it'll come with pounds. I think it's gonna like the Portuguese league, the conversion rate from Portuguese league to British. It's not the same.
Remember back in the day, them man like Jackson Martinez and Falcao that moved from Portuguese league.
No, you have to remember, yeah, when they do the European Golden Boot, you can check this for yourself. Goals in the Portuguese league count for 0.5 points. That's how bad it is. Like,
I didn't even know where you got that from, but we'll take it.
I swear to you,
I didn't even know
everyone
that.
that's listening, you can go and search to yourself for the European Golden Boot, the points coefficient, Gyökeres' goals. Each goal was worth 1 point in all of the other top 5 leagues in Europe. Portuguese goals were worth 0.5.
That's
because they know that league is arse cheeks. They have to make it half as much value. So that will tell you the striker that you were buying. And you know what? I don't even blame Arsenal or Berta or whoever you Arsenal conspiracy theorists decide who signed Gyökeres, because I get it. 3 years in a row, you finished second. Everyone was screaming, oh, we don't have a striker. We don't have a striker. So your board has gone and they forced it by buying name brand. So you guys thought you were buying a Louis belt, but it was a Louis belt from Lewisham Market, bro. It's not a real Louis belt. But you're telling everyone, yeah, we bought a Louis belt, so now the fit's complete.
Literally,
it's
bro.
not. It's not. Like it's all over the place. But besides Gyökeres, I know you want to flog Martinelli as well, so I'll give you the floor on Martinelli.
All right. One more thing to say regarding Gyökeres is, like, I can't lie, I don't know if I have much hope on how he is gonna do in the next few games, but the next 3 games we'll see, innit? But I can't lie, I just want Jogo Benito back, put Gabriel Jesus in still. But onto Martinelli, like you just said, I've been beefing Arsenal fans in real life, on Twitter, everywhere for seasons, saying that this guy is not Brazilian. He is from, I don't know what country, Ecuador. Sorry to Hincapié, he's from Ecuador.
Italian, bro.
No, Italians have a little bit about them.
Not recently. That national team is not doing nothing now, fam. I don't think they didn't even qualify.
No, but Calafiori can dribble. No, but Calafiori can dribble better than Martinelli. That's what I'm saying. This, so he's not Italian. Like, I haven't deeped which country he's from yet. I think he's like from
Tunisia or something.
Comoros, one of them countries, one of them far off islands. Because he's not from our earth, man. Honestly, when he gets the ball, yeah, he does that static dribble that just looks like nonsense. His decision making is awful. There's one corner that we got where he literally nearly on the line and he decides to head it back into the box instead of just head it into the goal. Oh, I wish you lot saw it. Like, Declan Rice put in a wonderful, wonderful cross and he just did some strippiness. The amount of times where he just cannot take on his man. He doesn't know really how to move inside or outside at times. The only time he can really do anything of use is when he's in the Champions League. And that's because of teams don't, in his words, park the bus. How can you go to a press conference and say park the bus as a professional player?
I want to touch on something that happened at Arsenal, which is on the touchline. You could see that Arteta was like livid at the defense, like he was screaming at them. You, as a viewer, like, do you think that was a bit over the top, or do you like feel that sort of anger at the defense where you guys weren't normally like the watertight defense that you normally have?
No, Arteta was saying everything that all the fans are thinking, like defensively, like maybe apart from Hincapié, I don't really think Hincapié and Saliba, I don't think the rest of them were really like on it in terms of pressing. Like the two centre backs were in their shape and where they should be, but the rest were really not on it at all. And that was also quite disappointing in terms of when Wolves countered, they could counter like at a decent speed. Declan Rice was shouting at everybody as well. Even when we scored the winner, he was still shouting at them, fuming. Like, and then after the game, Arteta was like, you know, they did not do what I wanted them to do. They were so passive defensively in terms of pressing and all that sort of stuff. And you know, Arteta, like, everybody talks about how we get injuries, this, and that, but there's a lot of demands on our players when they play. Like, they press, and they really close down all the spaces. But it just felt like we were being lazy across the whole pitch, and that was quite disappointing.
Yeah, because you mentioned Declan Rice there being quite vocal on the pitch as well, and obviously you always hear it between Arsenal fans saying, you know, that should Ødegaard leave or should there be a change in the leadership structure of the club, you would want Rice as your next captain. Do you share that sentiment as well of other Arsenal fans?
I think the fans are a bit split, but I think the fans always love being split since the AFTV days back in 2018 and that.
Beautiful.
Like, we know you loved it, Bears. I'm just happy that it's kind of subsiding a bit. No disrespect to them, innit? Just that there was a lot of toxic fans there at the time. But Declan Rice is very like vocal on the pitch. You can see it. He's always commanding. You go there, you go there, you go there. While Ødegaard is like also trying to command and be like, oh, everybody come and press with me. But the same guy that is commanding, do you ever see like when he's pressing, he just sticks a leg out. He doesn't actually go with it with full force. He's so limp when he tries to make a tackle. Like, you know, when you play at Power League and you have this guy that just like put some heart into it.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to get injured, man. So he's made of glass.
Made of glass. He can't shoot. Like, every time he gets the ball, rose-ed these days.
On the topic of him not shooting, like, is that an instructional thing or is that regression? Because the 22-23 season, Ødegaard had like, what was it, 8 goals in the league?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, there was that run you guys had where he was scoring from outside the box, inside the box. He was scoring. Like, his output was really good, and then I feel like that's kind of curtailed now. Do you think that's due to the tactics or just his game's changed?
His game's changed for no reason. It's not a tactical thing. And the reason that confirmed it to me it wasn't a tactical thing was when we signed Eza, in the sense that when he's coming, he's not afraid to take a shot. He's not afraid to make that final pass in the central areas. The pass might not come off, but if there's one thing that he's very good at is that on the edge of the box, he'll shoot. Now, with Ødegaard, he gets it. His favourite thing to do is that he'll have to do the little dinked pass into the right back or the dinked pass into Saka. And I want to finish, man, with this guy. If I'm being totally honest, yeah, please, like, Barcelona, come save us. Give us some good peas. I will be more than happy. Because Waneri has to watch this guy just do so much foolishness at times, man. Honestly.
Kevin, what do you think? Do you think Arsenal right now looks like a team that can win the league, or do you think, as per usual, something's going to happen, they're going to choke, and City will sneak in at the last minute?
I'm happy you mentioned City because I'm saying like City are on your arse now. So if you man think you can do what you've been doing the past 2 games and win this league, you are sorely mistaken. Like we said, we had this conversation. We said Arsenal is benefiting from everyone else being dead. Man City is no longer dead. So
hold on.
your title is definitely at risk, and this is now where signings like Gyökeres is now meant to be that difference maker. Because you've been second place and you've been second, third best team in England for many years now. This season was meant to be your first season being the best team in England, right? Gyökeres is meant to be that guy who takes you to the next level. If he's not firing on all cylinders, meanwhile Haaland is firing on every cylinder, even adding more cylinders, then you man are finished. Do you know what I mean? And with regards to Ødegaard, I don't watch Arsenal, so maybe it's a bit of ignorance, but I think it's a tactical thing because Arteta is the son of Pep, innit? Tactical wise, right?
Mm.
And these guys have been criticized for taking that creativity and that flair away from their players. I think Eze is only benefiting from playing the way he's playing because he's still playing off of instinct. Managers like Arteta, not my favorite type of managers, they kill that instinct out of your game. They want systematic players. Like Saka is very much a system player. Like I think I said this to you all like off air. I said Saka's an amazing player, but his squad knows he's boring to watch. He's so boring to watch.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Facts.
So for England, he's a lot more expressive because of.
Do you get what I mean?
So,
yeah.
I think it's a tactical thing, and Arteta will come to lose that battle because you're not going to go against a guy who's made a career out of playing robotic football. You're not going to beat the original. So he needs to find his own remix to it if he wants to win the league. And Gyökeres is not that remix.
Can I add a little extra before we move on to Chelsea? I feel like you make a good point, Kevin, but I feel like it's a mix of Arteta's instructions in the sense that, you know, the Saka gets the ball. We know that he's going to drive at his fullback. Usually he should be having the right back helping him. But I think in recent times, because of now Timber's been back at centre back, and we've had Ben White come and play at right back until obviously he got injured, which is Pete. Saka's almost had to go 2v1s in all the games that he's played. But he's actually done quite well in the sense that, you know, he'll get it and he'll cross it always inch perfect. Unfortunately, the person on the end of the cross is either Gyökeres, not Gyökeres, because sometimes he fails to even get in the box, or it'll be Martinelli. So it's like he's not going to get assists because of these guys cannot finish their dinner at all.
So how confident are you now?
I'm not like super confident that we win it, but I don't think I've ever been super confident, if that makes sense. Like I'll say that I'm like, I don't know, like over 50% confident at least. Let's say 60%. Because I feel like any title that is worth winning is never going to be easy. Like, let's say out of the last 5 years, the only title a title race that we've been involved in that I'll say has been easy for us. No, that has been easy for anyone has probably been Liverpool's one, I'd say. Like in terms of all of us observing them, because like Liverpool used to always be on the tails of Man City. The only title that I've seen that was like, yeah, they were clear was Liverpool last season, 100%.
Agreed.
Yeah. Obviously, we're done talking about those failures in North London now. Let's talk about a real football
ironic,
club.
But let's continue.
What did you guys think of our performance against Everton before I give my piece?
Go on, Karis. Yeah, I'll let you retaliate after that shade.
You're lucky that you actually won the game against Everton anyway. Not about how the game went, but in just that comment that you made. But no, I thought you played well, to be fair. When you got someone of Cole Palmer's quality there, then I guess the game's always going to be decided in the way that you want it to be. So I just have to say fair play to that firstly. And what else can I really say about the game? Yeah, not much else really. I don't know if you got more to expand.
What about you, Kevin? What did you think? Did you watch the game?
I think I didn't watch the game, but when I watched the highlights, one thing I will say is the same thing, that because we're very close to Chelsea on the table, and we're having an awful season if you let the media tell it. Whereas Chelsea just like in the middle, right? But I think there's nuances that's required. It's like Cole Palmer's been injured for most of the season so far.
Yeah.
But the way he performed showed us why Chelsea are near us. I feel like if Cole Palmer was available for as long as he should have been, I don't think we took to Chelsea at all this season. I'm not going to lie to you.
It felt like the difference in that game. To be
as much as it hurts me
to say.
As much as it hurts me to say, like, us being around Chelsea, which is making some United fans excited, is only because Cole Palmer's not been here. Now he's back. Depending on what heights he wants to reach this year could very much determine. Like, he's your rate limiting step. Whatever he reaches, Chelsea will be around there. So the way he played was a warning, I think, to everyone else. You're not going to win the league. Only City or Arsenal will win that league, I think. But Chelsea will have a respectable season. Maybe win a domestic trophy, because Cole Palmer's an animal, bro. That guy's a dog.
Yeah, it's like you guys said. Him coming back was the difference maker. Like, we were a completely transformed side. But the player that I actually wanted to highlight, other than Cole Palmer, was Gusto. Actually, so for you guys that didn't watch the game, Gusto got a goal and an assist. He has a very, very like special link up with Cole Palmer that's developed recently, which is great to see, because for a long time Maresca was trying to do this thing where he would invert Gusto into the midfield, and
I'm gonna say I'm happy that he stopped doing that.
Yeah, but he still does it, but it's actually working now. It seems like that instruction has finally clicked with Gusto, where he understands when to tuck in and join the midfield and when to hang outside wide as well. So that first goal that Palmer scored was a Gusto assist, because Palmer has instructed Fofana to play it to Gusto. Gusto's seen a gap between the two centre backs, threaded a perfect ball through, and then Palmer slotted it near post. That's a really clear display of like his football IQ in terms of knowing when to time that pass and then the position they've taken up as well. And then the goal he scored as well, literally he started off at fullback, crashed the box, poked it in. So that was a great performance from Gusto as well. And a lot of us were pleased to see that, because it shows that he's actually developing his overall game as well. And I think any Chelsea fan that's watched him over the last couple of seasons, we know his ceiling, we know how good he can be. And I think Maresca has gotten even more out of him. But one thing I do want to say in that game as well that I didn't really like was in the second half, things got a bit shaky again. Even though we did secure a clean sheet, surprise, Tosin didn't play and we got a clean sheet. But
Denzel, I feel like Everton had chances there at times.
They did. They had a lot of chances, especially in that second half. Everton, for periods of the game, I'd say for like 15 minutes, they had us under the cosh. There were times where I was just thinking, yeah, we're going to concede. Like, typical Chelsea, this is it. Especially because we don't have the best track record sometimes against playing teams that are like below us or are meant to be winning against. So when I saw that second half, I was like, we're bound to concede here. But the guys kept focused, did their thing. Again, second best keeper, or in fact, the best keeper in the league, in my opinion, other than obviously Raya, and they're tied for the Golden Glove at the minute on clean sheets, is Robert Sanchez. They've both got 8 clean sheets each. So that's going to be a battle to see who gets the Golden Glove this season. But again, a lot of people are just going off of muscle memory when it comes to talking about Sanchez, because he had a long period where Sanchez basically was costing us a goal a game for like 6 games in a row at one point. It was ridiculous. But now he has completely turned his life. I don't know if he got baptized and he gave his life to God, and he's just turned everything around completely. Like, he saves everything. His distribution is insane. If you look at him on FM, bro, this guy's eccentricism, the rating's 20, because Sanchez, you can't predict what he's gonna do. Sometimes he might decide to just do kick-ups in the box. And you're thinking, why is he doing that? But then he's trying to draw the press and then just launch a long ball to someone at the top. Like, he's a crazy guy, but honestly, he's grown on me, and that's great to see, because for a long time we're saying, oh, yeah, goalkeeper is a problem we need to address. But I don't think that's something that we should be looking at the minute anymore. I think Sanchez has more than enough shown that he's ready to be Chelsea's number 1. But the pitch.
I'm going to add on Rob Sanchez. Do you know what I don't get? This is more an international thing. Like, I don't get how this Unai Simon guy, I'm not going to claim that I watch him regularly, but I don't get how this guy is number 1 for Spain ahead of Raya, Sanchez. Who else is there? There's probably one more Spanish keeper I'm missing.
The Gea.
No, not the Gea. That's no shit.
Enrique Balaga as well
Sorry.
at Arsenal. He's a Spanish. Enrique Balaga.
No. Ahead of him, I understand that.
No,
But,
like,
like-
let's not forget how you were shouting because that guy back in the day, bro.
But yeah, it's a very
at least
simple
ahead of
question.
those two. I don't understand it personally, but
Bro, Spain has no business having a black goalkeeper. Let's move on. It's that simple, bro. Spain, yeah.
I have a question for you, Denzel. For a thought-provoking one, Kyle, feel free to chip in here. Would you say, based on what you said last episode, would you say world-class number 9 will take Chelsea to the next level?
100%.
I have a controversial take. Do you think the gravity that it takes to feed that star striker, do you reckon it will take away from the abilities of Cole Palmer?
No, because when we had someone like Palmer is a player that feeds off of the talent around him, right? So when João Pedro first came, he had that link up with him at the Club World Cup where it was like finally like someone who's on the same wavelength as me sort of thing. Palmer is a player who, if you want him to be the guy that carries your team, he can do it. If you want him to be the guy that feeds the best player in your team, he can do it. So I think if you add a world-class number 9 to his team, I think Palmer's numbers would actually go through the roof, because in this modern age, a world-class number 9 is a player who also gets assists as well. And Palmer's the perfect player that you want playing off of a striker who is goal hungry, but also knows how to sometimes lay it off to another player. And Palmer, he has a free role in our team. Like sometimes you'll find him as deep as right back. Like he goes wherever he wants on the pitch.
Perfect, because I'm happy. You basically answered my next question then. So the next question is, so what you're saying is a certain profile striker. So not these specific strikers, but this profile. So you would want a Kane, not a Haaland.
I think, do you know what, the ideal striker, funny enough, that we were linked to him as well, and then that transfer, whatever, just didn't happen, or for whatever reason. We were actually looking at Ekitike. There was a time where we were linked to him, and it made so much sense. Having someone like Ekitike and a team of players like Palmer, and then a winger like Aston Villa, like it would have been the perfect synergy, but it didn't happen. We ended up getting João Pedro instead, and I think the board or the data analysts, whatever, the scouts tried to sort of look at that mold and think, okay, João Pedro is like a hybrid sort of 9.5 type striker where he's not out
Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah, but he likes to drop deep and thread the ball and do his like little jogger Benito Puchacha in the midfield, but it didn't work the way we wanted it to per se, because he just doesn't have that consistency in his output. So I think, yeah, a world-class striker would take us to the next level, but other than the strikers, we have to address our centre-backs as well. Again, like I said, Tosin out. If we can get him out in January, ship him. I don't want to see him putting on this beautiful blue top again, bro. That guy is a problem to club. Every time he plays, he drags down the level of the centre back next to him, and we lose. When Fofana and Chalobah started together, our defense has practically been airtight. But what I wanted to address off the pitch as well was, I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's been some issues between Maresca and the board. And what Maresca was basically saying was how he felt like the board didn't back him enough publicly, because Chelsea has had a lot of injuries, and the board is also asking to promote a sort of playing philosophy, or should I say, an approach where we rotate a lot because we have a lot of young players, and they want him to rotate a lot so that everyone gets a fair amount of development time. Now, Maresca's been happy to do that. He's rotated where necessary, sometimes probably rotated too much, but what I would say is I understand where he's coming from, because he's got credit in the bank. In his first season, he's got 2 trophies, right? Conference Cup and Club World Cup. Now, Palmer has been injured for so many games that his last appearance at Stamford Bridge was only his second appearance at the Bridge this season, which is ridiculous. Colwill had an ACL injury, so he's out for the whole season. Reece James has recently gotten back into a regular run where, for the first time in like 3 years, Reece James played 3 full 90s in a row. So Maresca's got credit for that as well. Now, Maresca was very open before the season started about the signings he wanted, right? I think he wanted a new centre-back, and he wanted a specific type of striker as well. And the board didn't really back him on that. Instead, they've said, oh yeah, like in the summer next year, Emmanuel Omega from Strasbourg is going to join us. Let me just be honest with Chelsea fans.
Does dancing on TikTok. I've seen his the Strasbourg changing room.
Omega is not going to save us, okay? This is
He's a bagsman, but it's a bit too much.
He's a bagsman, but I promise you that's not going to convert in the Premier League.
No,
I've seen enough to know that it's just not going to convert. We're going to be it's back to square one again. Same way. Oh yeah, Delap scored 12 goals at Ipswich. So when he gets to a better side, he's going to do better. He's at a better side. He's not doing better. Let's just count our losses. Like it is what it is. But funnily enough, Rossignol, who is Strasbourg's manager, he's had similar issues with the board as well because the board seems to have this. When I say the board, let me be specific. Paul Stewart and Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart are the issues here, right? And there are two sporting directors because they just don't really know what they're doing. The players they go after, it's like they'll sign 50 guys and 10 will be great. But it's like law of averages, right? If you're going to sign 100 players, you're bound to get a good one. Whereas when we had Todd Bowley, who was this chubby American guy that was basically playing FIFA in real life, I'm not going to lie, let him cook. No, because Bowley signed for Fana, right? That was a great signing, right? Now Bowley was a bit eccentric, and they tried to get rid of my boy because Bowley wanted Ronaldo at Chelsea.
Never.
And he wanted Dembele as well. They should have let him cook. They should have let him cook. He wanted Dembele, Ronaldo, and like, come on, man! Like this is a guy that he said, listen, talent costs money. Let's throw money at it. I got money. Let's do it.
This is blood money.
You love Abramovich too much. That's the reason.
Blood and sacrifice money.
With his 5 hotels.
Trust me, fam.
Yeah, man. Listen, I love Bowley because this guy, he said, listen, if the football's changing, you need young talent, and young talent costs money. Let's spend that money. And the rest of the board was like, you're doing too much, this and that. And then they tried to get rid of him. Now we've got this egghead, egg barley guy, and all these other nerds are talking about, the data says this and that. Fuck the data, bro. Bring me a superstar. Like, go on, AEMs on Barcelona right now. Like,
I warn you, Barcola. His dribbling is sick, but when it comes to the final finish, chai.
No, Barcola.
Yeah.
Did you remember the Champions League final? And then even against us, there was a time where he must have chopped one of our players and he missed.
He is Theo Walcott. If I've ever remember Phil Walcott.
Where's that Walcott?
Phil Walcott will dribble through the whole team. That final finish.
I'm not having that. Walcott over 100 goals for Arsenal. No.
Before
look at the field goal percentage, bro.
Before we do the AFCON tier list, I want to highlight a club on the rise this week, and that is Aston Villa. Aston Villa is there. Something magic is happening down there in Brownborough because they're only what I think 3 points behind Arsenal at the time of recording. Karis, can you double check? How many points are they behind Arsenal?
I think they're 3 points behind. Yeah.
They are. Yeah, like this is a great little story forming here because obviously Emery has done the humble thing and said, look, we're not in a title race. We're just trying to aim for Europe. I hear it. I've been there before, you know. But having said that, one thing I want to highlight is Morgan Rogers. He's coming to form right now and he's playing very, very well right now. But other than that, I'd say, well, what do you guys think? Do you think Villa is actually in contention to finish in top 4 again? Or do you think they're going to fizzle out towards the latter end of the season?
Why not? Why not? We're not going to say like these men didn't almost mount a comeback against the eventual Champions League winners. Why not? The big six.
That game, I still remember it.
And I still stand by that statement. I feel like if Rashford weren't trying to be hot boy and actually take his career seriously, he should have stayed at Villa. I'm not going to lie to you, for where you are in your career right now, Villa's not a team that you should be looking down on. Villa is actually better investment than United.
Genuinely, they're getting established now.
We really need to reconsider if this top 6 thing is actually really a factor because we have Tottenham, who's part of the big 6, who's out here. That is.
I told man for time they're not part of it, but you used to always quote me.
No. Relax, like easy. Because you're coming from a place of malice. We're trying to be objective.
No, I'm not. I've seen.
No, but I agree with Karis. The big 6 thing was manufactured by Sky Sports just to sell skyboxes, bro. Because
Tottenham has ahead of us in big 6.
Premier League 25-26 is EBK. Everybody killer. Everyone's getting it. It's just smoke. Chingings left, right, and center. There's no such thing as big 6. One week, Chelsea will dominate as you expect. Next week, not even Wolves, because Wolves are actually there.
We got packed in by Leeds, bro.
Exactly. You can't. No. Villa can win the top 4 convincingly as well. Not even scrape. Convincingly get into top 4, I think.
What do you think, Harris? Do you think they're going to fizzle out, or do you look at Emery and think, "Rah, we should have kept him"?
That's a nasty debate. For the listeners that I'm hearing this, God has forgiven both of these two for what they're saying about Emery. But anyways, I'm so glad that Emery left my club. I suffered too much with Socrates and Mustafi and Cedric. Actually, no, Arteta was Cedric for a point, but Socrates, Mustafi, Torreira couldn't do anything other than tackle. He could not pass the football to save his life. Guendouzi, hey, if I speak on that brother, man, anger issues.
Pound for pound, yeah. Emery's done a better job at Villa than Arteta's done at Arsenal. Pound for pound.
Facts.
No, relax. Again,
pound for pound.
Yes. He has.
Forgive them for the rubbish that they're talking. They don't know. It's Christmas time even.
What do you mean forgive them? Arteta's got 1 FA Cup in 6 years.
I'm not entertaining this. Period. Anyways, Emery gave me some of the worst periods of my life. There was a point where Lacazette was running through on goal. He was panting and hit like I've seen so much. I've seen too much to bet. And the Europa League final.
Oh, I never forget
let me stop cutting out Emery, because genuinely I think he's a very, very, very good manager, like top 5 in the league. Like, I don't have any hate towards him. I hated the time he had at Arsenal. Doesn't mean that I think he's a bad manager. Like, there's a lot of people that can be salty, like, oh, no, he's not good, he's not this. I think he's a very, very good manager, just the wrong one for us. And you can see with Villa...
He didn't have the same Arsenal, though.
Sorry?
That's what I wanted to say. If Emery had the Arsenal that Arteta has now, I promise you, would have won the league.
Promise you.
If Emery had... If Berta and all these other institutional changes had happened when Emery was there, I promise you would not have only had 1 FA Cup in 6 years. That's the fact. Because Emery's a proven winner. He's won the most Europa Leagues in history, whereas Arteta is a 4-play merchant, bro. Like,
he's always a proven winner in cups, but not in like winning the league or any of that sort of stuff.
And what is Arteta then?
Sorry? I'm not saying Arteta is, but I'm saying that no other top club has taken a punt on Emery for a reason. I'm just saying.
No, if he leaves Villa today,
top club. I'm not including us in this conversation. Like, why has Chelsea never decided we're going to take a punt on him? Why?
Because he was already at Villa. If Emery leaves Villa
like
today,
in the past, like when he was in the Spanish clubs and everything,
because there were better managers than him. But if Emery leaves Villa today, he could get a top job, 100%.
If Emery applied to United today,
he's getting it.
I'm gonna get out. I'm telling you.
I mean, if McKenna applied to United to get a job too.
No, slow down.
I'm just saying.
Slow down. Objectively speaking, though, what we're saying, you can see where we're coming from, though. Emery didn't get the same Arsenal.
No, I can see where you're coming from. But what I'll say that what I like about Emery's Aston Villa is that he does have good options and he knows how to use them well. So, for example, when they played us, they sort of knew that, like, when they want to dominate the ball a little bit in certain areas, they're like, okay, we might play Rodgers centrally if you want to pierce through their defense. If you want to retain the ball on the wing, we'll play Rodgers out wide and we'll play McGinn on the other side, because we know that them two, they're very safe in the ball. If we want to counter-attack, we'll bring on, let's say, Daniel Marlon, because we know that he's quick and he can, like, get onto you. And then their centre midfielders, they've got Kamara and Tielemans, perfect cover. I think they've got another midfielder, because there's not just those two, but they sort of like rotate. I'm trying to remember, because it's not coming to my head right now.
They've got a good squad there, and I think if the board just backs them a little bit more...
Banana, that's it. I forgot.
Yeah, he scored a great goal the other day, by the way. But I think Villa's, they're pushing on, they're doing well. But inversely, a club that, like, we're talking about this manufactured big six nonsense, that we need to just agree as a fan base, as lovers of football, to remove this club from this conversation. It's Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur needs to be removed from it all future discussions of Big Six. They haven't won anything recently up until they won the Europa League. And then it's like, look at them now. They've fallen off a cliff.
And that's peak, because you're dead last year as well.
This is what I'm saying.
This is who we're allowing into Big Six conversations.
you know, we're all laughing about them winning the Europa League and look at Arsenal. But I told you we were not bad enough to be there, and now you're seeing why I said that, because at least United losing in the Europa League final, which again I would have rather you lot won it than flipping them. As much as I hate you and the rest of the United fan base, I would rather you lot won it. I said that on my chest, by the way. But yeah, at least you lot understood that even if you won it, you're not good. But Tottenham fans thought they've won Europa League. We're back in the Champions League. We can take on anybody. And then now look how they're being humbled. 3-0 against Nottingham Forest. One of them was a Hudson-Odoi cross.
I can't lie, yeah. That when he scored that, I was like, you did not mean that, bro. Have you seen the goal? He did not mean that. I don't think he meant that, man. He definitely tried to whip it in, and the wind carried the ball further. Because even his little celebration afterwards, you know when you score an accidental goal in Power League, and you just have to act like you're not even bothered, bro. Like, it's just like, yeah, I do this. He didn't mean that goal.
That's a bomb trait. Bomb trait.
He didn't mean it, but yeah, I think
I'm gonna say before we move on though as well. What is it? There's a few other honourable mentions that we need to give for, like, not just clubs on the rise but players on the rise again. What is it? I think Kevin had something about Bruno to say earlier, but we forgot to mention it. So if you just want to mention more about Bruno and yeah.
Oh yeah, so Bruno's gone to international duty, and he basically got interviewed, right? And he was basically like exposing some of the things that transpired in the summer, which we had like loose understanding of. And some of the main talking points was basically he was basically told to leave, and told him that the stance was, if you left, we wouldn't be annoyed. And he felt it was a bit disrespectful. So some of the sound bites was essentially they didn't have like the balls to do it properly and tell him to leave firmly, which then allowed the wiggle room for Aaron to come in and say, no, look, you're part of my plan, stay. Likewise, Bruno also then said that he wasn't happy that he gives his all, which I can agree. He gives his all. Whether it's great always, but he says it's kind of messed up how other people aren't trying as hard as he is. Then he's kind of been the one pushed out of the door when he's given his all, basically. So my take, just to quickly just get it out of the way, as a United captain, you have to steer the ship. So if you're going to make it come across that way, then you have to try keep peace in the house, basically. However, one of my favorite captains was Roy Keane, which mastered telling his players, look, I must have whipping motion, telling his players to lock in, basically. That was mad. Telling his players to lock in, basically. And I think Bruno, given this weird situation we put in, has had 9 goal involvements in the last 9 games. And people don't want to talk about that.
And the most chances created in the league. That's why I was saying that we need to talk about him being not just a club. Let's not talk about just clubs on the right, but players too. Like, he's created 48 chances in the league, which is the most of any player this season. Out
of position. So Bruno Fernandes, I think history will be kind to him. Unfortunately, I think he'll go down as like obviously Harry Kane pre-Bayern, where amazing player without the trophy cabinet to show for it. That's what I think, unfortunately, is going to kind of happen to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree, man. Even like you touched on like the trophy cabinet bit. He's even fortunate that he won a couple of trophies with you guys, right? The League Cup under Ten Hag, I think FA Cup as well. So it's not all doom and gloom. So like I said, history will definitely be kind to him. But a player that I wanted to highlight as well that I mentioned earlier was Malo Gusto, because when he initially signed, first of all, funny things, even though he's only been there for I think 3 seasons now, he's already hit 100 appearances for the club. And this is a right back who initially was brought in to be a backup for Reece James. But obviously, Reece James was injured for so long that Gusto essentially became our de facto starter. And in that time, he's had a lot of performances where you can just see that, yeah, this kid is the real deal. But recently, he's become very, very, very mature in his position now, where he's basically our starting right back, and then Reece James kind of slots him to a DM position instead. So yeah, I wanted to highlight Gusto for that as well, because he's doing really good at the club at the minute.
No, I like him, man. He's got a lot of energy to his game in terms of, like, overlapping and doing all the attacking work. And like we said earlier, the maturity that's come to his game too. Yeah.
Do you have anyone you want to highlight, Karis, at Arsenal, or even another club?
Another club, Sunderland. You know, the tiny
Hmm.
that was a game, bro. Yeah, and Sunderland, I think they've not been beaten in a while in that derby, and we have to like deep it that these men came in and they just put several Europa League level players, and they're like now they're fighting with the best of the best, basically. Like they've got they're level on points in Liverpool, United, Crystal Palace, and 2 points of Chelsea.
Hey, Karis, talk to me about Shaka.
I love Shaka.
Talk to me.
I told, like, if you bring up Shaka, I can talk all day. You guys remember from back then when everybody was cussing Shaka, I said he's a player. Remember 2018-19 when obviously that's the season with Emery and that. People were like, oh, he needs to get out, this and that. There was one game I remember like he must have smacked in a free kick in that, you know, that little like green/teal kit. He slapped in some free kick against Crystal Palace. I was like, that was cold. But the thing with him is that he's never been a defensive midfielder. Like Arsene Wenger brought him in as one. You could see that he wasn't that. He was someone that likes to distribute play. Emery didn't notice that really either. The first manager to actually notice that was Arteta. So it's like, for me, whilst I've got respect for the other managers, the one that actually noticed where his role really is was Arteta, and then it followed on to Xabi Alonso, who realised that, you know, as long as he's not the main defensive midfielder and you got support for him, he can just be free to, you know, distribute play and do what he has to do, really. And then it's continued under Sunderland as well. You can see he's an experienced head. And I think one of the teams that are surviving this season, they've got an experienced head behind them that's doing stuff. So Xhaka for Sunderland, you've got Jordan Henderson for Brentford. As much as, you know, I've not liked him for England, you know, he's been amazing for Brentford. That's another player I was thinking of.
Before we move on to the AFCON tier list, another player that I want to highlight, who's not even from the Premier League, actually, is in the Bundesliga, Lennart Karl. This guy is only 17.
Baller.
Like, come on. From their academy as well. That is £100 million player there. I know he's only 17, but in today's football, in today's market, that is £100 million player. Like, every time I watch him, like, this guy's magic. So yeah, shout out Lennart Karl. But obviously, we're in December now. AFCON's coming up. We're gonna do something different. Normally, we'd say like, oh yeah, rate this team and that, and who's gonna win. Nah, Karis right now, he's wearing an Angola top. He's chosen to wear an Angola top. Karis is half Angolan. Today, he's decided to put the Arthur Masuaku top back in the wardrobe. He's not repping.
That's the Arthur Masuaku. Sadiki top is coming. Let's chill. Let's chill.
So we're gonna do a tier list of the AFCON kit. So Karis, if you want to get that tier list up for us, we're gonna go through every single country's kits for this upcoming tournament and see where they fall.
All right. So we went on tier list's website and they have AFCON kits on 2023. So we just wanted to look at the last AFCON before we come to the one that is going to come, just to reminisce a little bit, because there's always some good memories to look at. So how it works, we're going to bring some challenges to this podcast over the next few weeks. And this is the first one we're going to do. So as you can see, we've got elite, top, just about viable, like TK Maxx kind of standard, in different... No, shout out TK Maxx though. In different,
I was gonna say, bro.
ugly, and crime against humanity. Okay, so I'm not the best at geography, but I can tell which what countries some of them are. You guys can help too.
That first team in Angola, no?
The first team's Angola, yeah. I'm wearing an unofficial Angolan top, so don't shoot me. But anyways, Angola, where are we putting them? That kit.
I can't lie, that kit is ugly, bro. That's straight up. That's not bad. That kit is not nice, bro.
That is sponsored by Sondico, bro.
The thing is, yeah, I love my country in it, but yeah, the kit is not the best.
That's hideous.
So I'll put ugly. Sadly.
Yeah.
Right,
who's the next one?
I can't. Algeria.
Not bad still.
I'm indifferent towards it. Like it's not great and it's not terrible either. I'd put it in indifferent.
No, if I was Arab, I think that's viable, low key.
I'd cop that still. Cop
Okay, you
that
might
with,
be Bible.
with blue jeans and a gold chain over it. That's fire.
Wait, blue cheese. No. Oh my days.
You need the right cheapness to go with that still.
Yeah, serious, fresh Air Forces as well.
What countries
I'm
is
actually
now?
crying.
I think that's Burkina Faso.
I think it's Burkina Faso then. Where are we gonna put them then? Because I can't lie, that's crime against humanity for me.
Yeah, that kit is not nice.
Why has it
You know,
got a
it's like-
massive sash down like some Avenger? That has to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to my Burkinabe people, but no.
I think that's Comoros.
Yeah, I was about to say that's Comoros, I think. That blue one.
No. This one is where is it again? Cape Verde, the one with all the beautiful women.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Hey, put that on top. Put that on top.
The Navy.
Yeah.
For that alone, but the kit's good. It's minimum top. So let's put elite. Elite because the women.
Look at
Right.
you. Look at you. God is still part of the conversation, bro.
Both our countries speak Portuguese. Any wonderful women out there from your country, please. I'm
First of all,
blind.
this kit looks like a B-Tech Nigerian kit. So
That's what I was gonna say as well.
that's Cameroon, yeah.
yeah, that man trying to be like us still. Shout out to Dave.
No.
By the way,
Well,
forget
I
about
mean,
Cameroon. What happened?
When I mean Dave, I mean my brethren Dave, not the artist.
What is this?
I would put it in.
I'm indifferent.
I'm
to that
indifferent person.
Yeah, indifferent. I put it in indifferent.
one. Yeah.
Because you know what the top looks like of the shirt?
But,
It looks like, do you know when you play Mario Kart and you see the little speed bumps to make you go faster? So yeah, I can't rate it for that alone. I'm sorry, man.
I think Ivory Coast kit is nice, man. I put that. Is that Ivory Coast?
That's Ivory
Yeah.
Coast, yeah.
Yeah,
They're the
I put that on
ops.
top.
They're the ops.
Yeah,
on
they're
top.
the ops, but that's a good kit, man. I put that on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's elite. I was gonna say, by the way, funny story
Elite,
about
no, I don't
No,
think it's elite. I think
top.
top.
top. Okay, calm.
Nigerian pride can allow me to elite.
Word.
No, I was gonna say funny story about the Cameroon team in different. As of recent, they named their AFCON squad, and the manager was supposed to step down, but he refused to step down because he wasn't given some like official papers that he has to step down or whatever. So that manager named his squad, but Samuel Eto'o, being the nutcase he is, he hired his own manager as well, and that manager also named his own squad too.
We just give Carragher all the tools he needs. We make him so easy to disrespect African football. And there's also there's another conspiracy. Apparently, Eto'o dropped Abubakar, so he can't break his record.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. Eto'o said, if you think you're touching my legacy, go out, sit down.
So a guy's willing to jeopardize the national team's progress just so he keeps his own record. Nah, bro.
Man
What I
said,
want to say is that for AFCON, keep an eye on Eto'o. He's arguably the worst president in African history. Like, imagine, I think it was for another tournament, he wanted Cameroon to play in sleeveless tops, like vests.
oh no.
What are you doing, bro?
That's
He's
mad.
finished, man.
Yeah,
Egypt.
that Egypt kit, let's just put that in ugly, bro.
Yeah.
That's basic as hell. That's ugly. Ugly or indifferent. It's basic.
No, it's ugly.
No, let's say indifferent, because he's not got the black stripe there. So I'll say indifferent.
You know, indifference fair. Indifference fair.
All I know is that Salah played a
Which
stinker in that
country
kit. That's Congo, no? No, what is that?
Sorry?
I can't see it from
What's
here.
what?
What country is that?
Which country is that? The next one. Yeah.
I think it's Gambia, if I'm correct.
Gambia. I kind of like it, you know.
It says,
Yeah, I kind of like it.
What's those stripes by the badge?
no, why is there a light blue on it or something, bro?
That's their flag, innit? Shout out to Jay Haas. Oh yeah, can you zoom in? That's perfect.
Okay, yeah, I should have done that earlier.
I'm not gonna, that looks like Sunday League. Now you zoomed in.
Like, what's that sponsor? That's what I want to know.
Hey, let's put that in ugly, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I may have to hold ugly still.
But yeah, so that the
Ghana,
viewers can see
trying
the
to get
other ones
money.
that we put. This is so
Basic,
far.
lazy kit, Ghana.
Private
Basic
Humanity, Ugly. Oh, Yankuba Minta, I think, plays for Gambia.
Shout out to J Huss.
Mamadou Jallo. Egypt, Cameroon, Algeria, Ivory Coast, and we've got Cape Verde. What country? Oh wait, that's Bebe.
Yeah, I just clocked. Ain't that my man?
Hey, the ball.
I just remembered who it was. That's Bebe. That's Max Gradle. Oh, legends, man! This is why I love AFCON. Just remember all these legends. Oh, Nenny with his various wives.
Hey man, don't hate. Don't play a hate, bro.
Let's see
Ghana.
Now.
That's
Ghana,
lazy.
slap that and climb against humanity, man.
Lazy kit, bro.
And
Like,
they're not even in AFCON as well.
The collar's ugly. The pattern's lazy. Just get rid of that, man.
Hey, yo, look well, like when AFCON is free on Channel 4 and they're not even in it.
That's mad. Hey, yo, that kid looks like a gilly. That next kid looks like a gilly. Look at it. Have you heard that sound? I'm gonna marry a Nigerian. I ain't going to wear a gilly to my wedding. What that kind of kit is this, man? It's dead.
Guys are not rating the tribal bands.
that one's bad. That's a gilly, of course.
That is awful.
This one I got an interesting story. You won't remember his name, or do any of you know his name, or I'll say it.
Who the hell is that, fam?
Did he play in the Prem?
Sorry?
Did he play in the Prem?
No, he didn't play in the Prem, but it's this guy for Equatorial Guinea. He was a right back at club level, but for some reason he was top scorer in the last AFCON.
Yeah, he was cold. Yeah.
Oh.
That just, you know what? That just shows you the level of African football, bro. Nah, let's be real. What do you mean you're right back at club level, but when it comes to playing for your country, you're doing number 10? To be fair, it happens in European football as well because Alaba plays.
Alphonso Davies does that.
Yeah, Alphonso Davies does that. What I mean. He plays the left back, and then he goes to Canada now. Doesn't this guy play as a winger or a 10?
Yep.
Do you know what? That's why I love national football because there's no rules, bro. You just do what you want sometimes. When you're that guy, you can say, you know what? I know I'm a centre back at Chelsea, but today I'm playing as a winger, bro.
It's the clout. Like
you think if I declare for Nigeria, I'm letting a guy that's playing for Enugu Warriors tell me where I'm playing, bro.
Exactly.
It's not happening. I'm telling you now, I'm taking your position, bro.
Overlap from centre back. I'm telling you.
So for that, I learned elite. I don't care about the kit, how it looks. We'll put it elite. That's the guy, man. All right, let's see.
What country is this next one?
Mali?
Maybe, yeah.
Who is, brother? I don't even know who this is.
I don't know. This kit is giving me League One vibes, so I'm gonna put in ugly stuff.
Yeah.
Low-key crime against humanity, because can you imagine yourself going to Eden wearing that?
No.
Eden lounge in a football top is crazy either way.
That's diabolical work.
Nah, that kit's ugly, man. Put in ugly.
Yeah.
I'm saying Eden. I've never gone Eden in my life. I don't plan to anyways. But,
this next kit is too loud. Too loud.
Yeah, it's giving me a headache, bro.
It looks like witchcraft.
Slap that.
It looks like yeah, easy. You know, it looks like Red Bull Leipzig shirts, but worse.
It looks like they're trying to cast a spell. Can I get some money? Way too much.
I'm gonna put that in top still. I think the Morocco kit's nice.
Yeah.
I put that in top.
I won't lie. There's a performance bias here, though.
Yeah, can you put Bebe and Siwe?
Nah, because obviously Morocco mash work with this kit.
Okay, let's do from fashion wise. Where does it go?
No, it's still top. I'm just saying, like, because they played well with it, it adds to the aura.
Yeah, facts. It adds to the drip, bro.
No, it's true. Same way that they have the crowd and
No, Kyle, you just think about girls, bro.
Never. What I'm gonna say is, when you watch AFCON and they play, all the cameraman does is pan to them, so it's not my fault.
That cameraman,
they're not focused, bro.
That cameraman was starving.
Which country is this? Is this Niger or something? No, that's not Niger. Who's this?
I don't know. I'll be real, but The
Yeah, it's
kit
a decent.
is buyable. It's nearly. If
Yeah.
it didn't have that little thing on the edge, I'd say it's like top.
Yeah.
Buyable.
I'd put it in buyable. Yeah, I'd say it's buyable.
You can't really go too wrong with a white kit unless you do too much, innit?
I'm indifferent with that still.
Yeah.
Right,
No,
this is
you know,
red
you
kit
might,
here.
leave
Leave it Bible. We got
Yeah,
two
leave it
extra
Bible.
Bibles.
I just don't care for it.
It's just, yeah, hey, it's just about Bible, yeah.
Yeah.
This one,
Indifferent, bro.
yeah, indifferent.
Yeah.
Bro,
It's
the
not bad,
creator,
it's not great.
the creator didn't meet the deadline, so just took out the Egypt badge and put whatever badge that was.
What I'm gonna say
He
is,
took off the strap.
Literally.
if you guys have seen the documentary, you know who I'm thinking of. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh,
Oh my days.
yo, we've been bad.
Who's left? Which countries are left?
Well, see, all I'm saying, like, have like discernment when you watch that thing. Honestly, I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Ooh,
Zoom in a bit.
Yeah, zoom in on that kit. That blue one, the next one coming up.
Oh, next one, yeah, calm. I thought you meant that celebration.
No, I think this is Niger. It has to be, right?
At this point, I don't know. I'll be real.
This kit,
it's nice.
I'm indifferent still.
it looks like
me.
it looks like a kit that you'd give your keeper in the Vanarama League.
But it's different. So we'll put it in indifferent then.
Yeah, like I don't care for it, but like, you know what I mean?
Indifferent.
No bias, elite. No bias, elite.
Viable.
The one thing this terrible
Viable.
football institution does is good kits.
My name was buying this kit to go and lick gal. Elite.
No, it was the past kit, not this kit.
No, what do you mean, fam? That kit with a gold chain and a bucket hat. Promise you.
Viable.
Elite. No, it's not viable, bro. We both said elite. Man said viable.
Bro.
No, explain the patterns going on here.
What do you mean, fam?
It's unique. No one's
It
doing
looks
it
like constellations.
What do you mean, fam?
PQI.
Move it to elite. We've outvoted
You know, in science, for PQI, the little spots you get on your skin.
Karis, you don't have to understand it. It's not for everybody. Elite.
Word. You've been outvoted, bro. That's an elite. Just put that in elite.
If that's going to leak, Congo's going to leak, by the way. I'm just letting you know this.
Congo? No. Bro.
Yeah, Nigeria.
Yes, because that's a disaster.
Congo, yeah. It looked like the clothes washed over time after numerous washes.
Well, the one thing the Nigerian Football Federation is known for is elite kits.
Good kits. Do you get it?
Top.
Zoom in on that Congo kit. Let's zoom in. Don't rush. Zoom in on that.
Like, what's going on, bro? This looks like it was made by a child in nursery,
horrendous.
No, but yours has some random patterns in it. This is a bit more simple.
Pro Evolution Soccer kit.
Word. That's a London blue kit. Not even
the number, the badge, the flag, the everything. It's just simple.
Nah, that's a horrendous kit, bro. Nah, bro.
I can't lie. I'll let you have viable at best, but it's really and truly is different.
Nah,
that's not a top kit, Karis. Shame the devil, bro.
That is actually.
I'm sorry, I can't agree. I'm overruling him.
That's not a top kit, man.
That is bad.
Who have you ever seen on the road wearing a Congolese top for drip?
Congolese kit, fam. They use that to wipe their sweat, bro.
Put that in viable. Put it in viable. Nah, Karis, put it in viable. Let's be real now. Put it in viable.
Let's be sincere with ourselves.
Bible is the best you're getting, man.
But you're not elite. That's what I'm saying.
That is Bible. And Bible is not Bible in the UK. Bible in Congo. Black market. Black market purchase.
All right, Senegal.
Calm.
Senegalese kit is. I'd say Bible.
Mine looks.
Are you insane?
I think it's Bible.
No, look at this little arrow here. You're telling me that's Bible.
The yellow chevron's too big, but
exactly. So that's ugly, even.
That reminds me of United when we had that chevron. I'm saying different.
Yeah.
Not ugly. It's not ugly.
No.
If Angola isn't ugly, this isn't ugly too.
No. It's indifferent.
Indifferent still. Indifferent.
I'm being lenient here, but fair enough.
What kind of B-Tech Brazil is this?
Yeah, just look, they tried that. Put it in top.
That's a nice kit, though. I'd wear that still.
That's a nice kit, man.
Wait, is that Gabon?
No, South Africa, I think.
Yeah, that's a good kit still.
I can buy it. I can buy it. Who is my man?
Zoom in onto their flag if you can. Is that
I
Xavi
can't
Simons,
do
bro?
further than that.
The flag alone is like pro clubs.
You know when you start your first FIFA Ultimate Team,
Yep.
and
It
they
might
give
be
you the
like
top
I want
badge.
to say Namibia or something. Let me check.
I don't even know.
Oh,
No,
like
but they're very like
it's
first
it's
kids. I don't know.
simple. It's buyable, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
I'd say
indifferent.
Bible.
Yeah, let's say
I'd say
Bible.
Bible. Yeah, Bible's fair.
That next kit looks like a polo top you'd get into game.
Bro, I thought that was a Polish kit.
Literally.
So did I. Can't lie. It says like low key.
It's a decent kit. I'd say it's Bible.
Bible, yeah.
I'm indifferent to that one, but yeah, buyable, fair enough.
This last one, that's a good kit still.
If it's paired with black shorts, then top.
Yeah,
It depends. Yeah, it depends what you paired
That's
it
a good
with.
color scheme. That's a good color scheme still. Put that on top.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll put it on top.
Karis, before we finish, put Nigeria kit in the league, bro. Stop, don't ruin the game. Thank you. No.
We didn't say move Congo. Congo was fine where it wasn't
If
buyable.
you're being moved up, I'm being moved up.
How?
We knocked you out. We knocked you out.
Let's just all discuss this in a calm and fair manner. Yeah. How many times do you, when it's summer and that sun is out and the vibes are flowing in London, how many times do you see someone wearing a Congo kit for drip?
Trust me.
Now, how many times do you see someone wearing a Nigerian kit for grip?
No, but I'm saying that you men are ashamed of your country right now. Let's keep that into account.
No, but deep what we said. We said that kits is the only thing we're doing right now.
Facts. We're not talking about the city.
I don't agree with you, but we move.
No one's buying a Congo kit for drip.
That's not true.
As
go
much
to,
as
go to Tottenham, go to West Green Road.
But that's the tier list complete. I think it's a fair tier list. Let us know what you think. Should Congo be in the elite section? I don't think so. Kevin doesn't think so. But more importantly, it's been the Couchside Coaches, and thank you for listening.